a few minutes to film the outside of the boat. So we have underwater lights on either side of the stern, or at the end of each stern, and one on either side of the bow for a total of 600 water lights. There's the dinghy. It's North Star, 3.35 meters, I think. A couple life rings on the back. 2 electrical cords, one's for the house bank for standard electrical, and the other is for the climate controls in the boat. And I just installed these new springs for mooring it up or leaving it for the winters, one on each side. And don't mind the hose in the way. Washed the boat yesterday. Okay, more video of the outside of the boat. Let's start by walking up front. This is the starboard side. This is the owner's hall side. And all the way to about where I'm standing in the front compartment here. This is just this side is just storage. The net. And then inside of this compartment, is our water maker. A couple of lines we're using to hold these windows up. They prop up. They just don't like to stay up too well. And the top of the boat has new stack pack. So we'll look up the mast a little bit. It's all brand new rigging. I mean, the standing rigging's the wire that holds the mast up. It's all been replaced this year. And also all new running rigging. All the lines you see, they're all 100% brand new. It does have radar, deck light, which needs replaced. So again, solar panels. So you can see the kind of close up of the new rigging. Just replaced about 2 months ago. Kind of walking up front here. There's another feature on the front. It's called a bow sprit. It's another attachment point which comes off the front about 3 feet or a meter. It's for attaching an additional front sail, which we will install in the spring, probably March, April timeframe. Okay, over on the port side now. This is our new anchor. It's Ultra Anchor. We got the biggest one that we can that would fit inside the track. You see how the end of the swivel attaches to the chain. It has to sit inside this track. So this is the biggest one we can fit, and it's done a great job. It's definitely an upgrade to our stock anchor. And if anybody notices, yes, the chain's rusty. We're having to re-galvanize this spring. This will show you inside this compartment. This is the port forward compartment. We use it for general storage right now, but there is, you can see inside there's a mattress in here. There's also a window along this side here. This is it's a crew cabin, so you could sleep in there. All the mattresses are nicely protected in plastic, so it looks like it's new. And there's more storage down below as well. On my project to-do list is to make shelves below this for kind of better storage. Kind of pano back now. Aft, and a port side has 2 cabins and a bathroom in the middle. A view from up top. and the helm station. So I spend a lot of my time on passage, and Chris does as well. There's a front clear here for protection. We usually keep this up, but this boat comes with clears for the sides, both sides, to enclose this area so you're protected on when the weather's bad on passage. And then there's a clear in the back, and there's a cover for it that's rolled up. We usually keep that down when we're sailing because it keeps the sun off you. All lines are led back to this location. We have 3 winches. Each one, kind of looking down here, there's switches on the floor. These are the power buttons for the winch. You get your high and low speed winch for each winch. The dual throttles. We added a little iPad holder. The double tape is coming off. Then the instruments we have. It's nice that we have a chain counter on the helm, autopilot, and then there's your standard instruments. This is your wind speed and your depth and your heading. Tri-data. And then this thing here, this is your main chart plotter. One and two. There's another one inside. They're identical, except this one's seen more sun, and the little button is the directional buttons come undone. I'll fix that this spring when I get back. Just a little bit of silicone to help hold it on and keep the water out. But I'm also looking to replace this one here, so I may just swap it out if I can find a used one. I like some of these older ones. I just kind of like better than the newer ones. It's my personal opinion. They're maybe not quite as fancy, but they do the job. And that's basically what I want them to do, is just the basic job. We have backup navigation on our iPads and iPhone, which is very, very accurate as well. Okay, looking down into the cockpit. Once again, the solar array. When we commissioned this piece, we had these pieces put on for hand holds as you come through. We can also tie this new post into these existing posts and make this all more secure. underneath the panels, we had hooks installed up and down each side. There's 4 on each side, loops, so we can attach surfboards or kayaks at a later time, or fishing poles, wherever we decide we can stretch line across and to support other things. And then we attached the cleat, or made a cleat, and then added another hook below it so we can stretch a line across from one post to the other for drying laundry or whatever else we need it for. And then these loops up top will also be nice for we can attach a shackle to them and use them to hoist things onto the boat, or just pull the engine off the tender. So they serve multiple purposes. Yeah, and also on the back we have a 4th electric winch, which makes lifting the dinghy much easier. And a swim ladder. And a couple more things to show. This is the outside shower, hot and cold shower. The controls are there. Underneath here is the nozzle. Underwater light switch here. The shackles here for front sails, which we'll add this spring. Okay, inside the cockpit, we have the kind of sunshades up now around the cockpit. But also comes with winter enclosures, which are the clear plastic shades. Since we're preparing to leave the boat, we'll take these down when we leave, and then we come back. We'll put the clears up for the remainder of the winter. Kind of the inside, more of the inside of the cockpit. Helm station, outside fridge. Mostly use it for keep our drinks cool. We shut it off depending on our level of electricity on the boat. If we have excess, we can turn it on. 3 lockers in here. This is then the locker here, which I've used for like snorkel equipment, and it's also kind of makes a good spot. It's for garbage. It's vented as well down, so if we can't get to shore soon enough to dump garbage, before that garbage fills up, we set it out here. And mosquito netting. We want to find a way to install a nice mosquito net for the back, but this one we made do with until then. Another winch on the side, which comes in handy for raising the dinghy on this side, and also for like large front sails. One of 3 lockers. This is underneath adjacent to the galley. 7 kilowatt Cummins Onan generator. Very nice gen set, low hours, 350 hours on it, but she's needed a little bit of work since we bought the boat. I'm gonna have the heat exchanger cleaned or replaced this winter as well, just to make sure she's up to new standards before we set sail further afield. I'm not gonna open it, but in the back, that's where the propane goes, and that propane's empty. I need to swap it out, which holds 2 propane containers, canisters, and then this is another locker underneath here, which is these are all vented lockers, since I use this one over here for stories of fuel or aerosols, so it's safe. One more thing to add about the back of the boat is this. Hope it shows up decently, but the hand grab on the back, grab rail, whatever, it's coming around the back side of the boat. There was nothing there, and so you just kind of felt awkward walking down into the boat. A lot of boats you've been on have something to grab onto as you come around into the boat from the back. So we had that custom made for this boat. That was just installed this week. Note I'll kind of do a little bit of a close-up of the welds. Nice welding.